Previously, Dolan's truth was revealed that every sacrifice he made was for Kailas's safety. He risked his family and himself to protect the kingdom. Inspired by this, Tanan announced democracy, but Gianne was far from happy. Scene change. A week later, at Dolan Mansion, Jean's mother asked, "What's wrong, son? Ever since you returned from State B, you've been so grim. Aren't you glad your father's truth is finally known?" Jean snapped. "Why is it that you never hate him? Why do you always see him as right? Why did you sacrifice so much for him? Do you really think what he did was correct?" His mother sighed. "I don't know why I did it. If I were in his place, I would never have sacrificed my children." Before she could say more, Tanan entered. Jean's mother stood. "Your Majesty, why have you come here at such a time?" Tanan smiled. "Aunt Lisa, may I speak to Gianne alone?" She agreed. Guards restrained Gianne, who smirked darkly. "So, Your Majesty, you've come to arrest me? Even with all your experts, you still don't know the truth." Tanan thought grimly. After today's meeting, Singh suddenly vomited blood and fell into a coma. We don't know who caused it. But Gianne's behavior makes me suspect him. He demanded, "What did you do to Singh?" Gianne laughed. "Nothing much. Just tampered with the chip inside him. Oh, and don't even think of removing it. If you try, he'll die. But if you don't, he'll stop being Singh and become N99. Tanan's anger flared. He struck Gianne so hard that blood spilled from his mouth. Jean sneered. "So angry, Your Majesty? I know why. You can't bear to see the one you love in such pain. That's exactly what I wanted, to see that sorrow on your face." Jean's mother rushed in. "Gianne, did you do this? Why are you so consumed by pain?" Jean broke down, shouting, "All these years we suffered in Sion, for what? For Tanan's throne. Father gave his life for him, while we, his family, were left to rot. Father always chose him. You all stole everything from me. I was born only to be used as a pawn to protect the crown prince. Why is Tanan so lucky? He was always loved, always powerful, never defeated. Everything came easily to him. I wanted the throne. I endured humiliation, sacrificed everything, even Hinn, to hurt him. And yet he threw the throne away so casually, making my struggle meaningless. My life is a joke now. But I will hurt him, no matter how high he rises." Tanan listened silently, then dismissed the guards. He sat beside Gianne. "We came here intending to kill you. But we know you're not insane. Even after all your crimes, humanity remains in you. Your life bred vengeance, and that is understandable. You cannot forgive the world, your fate, or the royal family. We have no right to be angry at you." Tanan continued. "You think we were lucky that we never suffered? But that's an illusion. Our childhood was filled with battles, threats, and endless pressure. Every day we lived like machines, terrified of mistakes. Is that luck? You imagine Tanan as a son, blessed with everything. But the real Tanan was just a man searching for happiness in his own shadows. Even if Singh becomes N99, his heart cannot be changed. No matter how many times we lose him, we will find him again. Death cannot separate us." He looked at Gianne. "But you let ambition consume you. You hurt the weak just as others hurt you. What difference remains between you and them? If we could go back, we would give the throne to Dolan. But the past cannot be changed. What we can do is reform the system, so no one else suffers sacrifices like yours." Tanan stood. "The choice is yours now. Decide what you want." At that moment, Aunt Lisa entered with a box. "Your Highness, here is what you requested." Tanan accepted it. "Thank you, Aunt Lisa. Gianne, this is the last thing we can do for you." Previously, Dolan's letters revealed his hidden love and sacrifices for his family, even while the world branded him a traitor. Gianne finally confronted the truth about his father's choices. The chapter begins with Dolan's diary. He wrote letters to Lisa and Gianne, knowing they might never reach them, but treating them like a diary of his heart. "Lisa, every day I curse myself. I hate myself more and more. I cannot share this with you, but I hope you will understand me one day. In my dreams, I see you and Jean. I fear Gianne's toothache returning, so I hide his favorite candies. We laugh together as he fails to find them. Those memories are my strength. I will bring you home again. Today is our son's 18th birthday. I can only wait to give him his gift." Hearing this, Gianne trembled. "Is this truly father's letter?" Tanan explained, "After you were separated, Dolan changed. Once gentle, he became harsh, never missing a chance to criticize. We thought ambition had corrupted him, but he never stopped loving you and Lisa. Not a day passed without him remembering you. Gianne fought back tears. So he chose this path himself? It was his decision? Tanan nodded. Do you remember the candy fight years ago? You thought Dolan gave it to me, but when he saw you crying, he couldn't bear it. He asked me for the candy back, even though it was disrespectful to a crown prince. He knew it was the last one, and if he gave it to me, you would cry all night. He couldn't let that happen. Flashback, Gianne ran away crying, shouting he hated his father. Dolan took the candy from Tanan. Forgive me, young prince. Gianne loves this candy. If I give it to you, he'll cry all night. I can't let my child suffer. Lisa remembered. Yes, that day Dolan brought candy, but you hid in anger. Then news came that Uncle Tuyan had died. Dolan rushed to the palace to protect Tanan, leaving the candy with me. I was so shaken I forgot to give it to you. Tanan opened another box. Every year while you were gone, Dolan imported these candies. He truly wanted you to have them. Seeing the candies, Gianne broke down, sobbing. He wasn't a good father. He never gave me the chance to scold him, to confront him. I never got to release my anger. I wanted to tell him so much, but fate never gave me the chance. Lisa comforted him. Son, you were never a pawn for the crown prince. When you were born, we only wanted your happiness. Don't let hatred ruin your life. Tanan departed, leaving Gianne in tears. Gianne thought bitterly. He wasn't a good father, but I owe him nothing now. Scene change. At the hospital, Tanan waited outside as Singh underwent surgery. Gianne emerged. The surgery was successful. The chip near his heart has been removed. Once the anesthesia wears off, he'll wake. He has no N99 memories now. N99 will no longer affect him. Tanan sighed in relief. That is good. Gianne removed his mask. I'm surprised you trusted me with Singh's surgery. Why? Tanan replied, because your eyes have changed. Before they were always guarded, suffocating. Now they are calm. Gianne warned, don't trust me so easily, I'm not your friend. Tanan answered, perhaps not, but we owe you a debt, and we have information. Sion has demanded Hinn. They promised to dismantle the chip technology in exchange. Gianne was alarmed. If Sion takes Hinn, it will be dangerous. Their government must be plotting something. Tanan looked at him steadily. Gianne made his decision. I want your help. Previously, Gianne finally released the pain he carried inside with Tanan's help and understood his father's sacrifices. Meanwhile, Hinn was being summoned back to Sion, and Gianne asked Tanan for his support. Chapter begins. Singh lay in bed with IV drips attached, recovering from surgery. Tanan sat beside him, waiting patiently for him to wake. Rest, Singh. I'm right here. I won't leave you. When you open your eyes, everything will be fine. Scene change. In the operating room, Hinn was placed on a bed. Surgeons whispered among themselves. This is a secret order from Sion's royal family. Before Hinn reaches Sion, his brain must be washed. They want a loyal weapon, and who better than Hinn? Who would have thought his downfall would come like this? One surgeon asked, where is the chief surgeon? We must begin. Scene change. In the changing room, Gianne appeared disguised as the chief surgeon. Meanwhile, Hinn stirred. The anesthesia was wearing off too quickly. His eyes opened, and he realized he was in a hospital bed. He tried to escape, shocking the doctors. How is he awake so soon? The anesthesia shouldn't wear off this fast. They restrained him and administered more, forcing him back into unconsciousness. But Hinn resisted. Even as his mind blurred, he thought fiercely, I will not be brainwashed. I made Singh into a puppet once. I will not become a living corpse myself. I would rather die than lose my will. His fading vision caught Gianne's tearful eyes. You're crying for me? Don't. I never thought a sinner like me would see mercy at the end. Your eyes, my true love before I die. Scene change. Singh suddenly awoke. Tanan, I dreamed of you. Our wishing tree, the doll, our home by the river. We'll build it, won't we? Tanan's tears flowed as he embraced him. Yes, we'll go home. But reality was harsh. Both governments were strict. Tanan could do nothing except agree to Gianne's plan. Gianne, disguised as the surgeon, would operate on Hinn, not to brainwash him, but to end his life. Hinn, knowing he would never be free in Sion, accepted death with peace. His final joy was seeing Gianne before the end. Narrator's reflection. A subscriber once told me true love always wins. But in reality, it doesn't. Love alone is not enough to live. Trust, respect, and the desire to stand together are essential. If both sides share these, even fate can be defeated. But here, neither Gianne nor Hinn was wrong. Both were broken by life. They understood each other but lacked the strength to stay together. And that is reality. Not everyone has the courage. 4 years later, news channels reported, 4 years ago, during the State B celebration, His Royal Highness Tanan announced democracy. Within a year, monarchy ended. A new government rose, led by Tanan, and has flourished. Now, 4 years later, presidential elections are underway. Tanan will not participate. Scene change. Singh, recovered, brought food to Tanan. It's been so long, darling. Tanan smiled, and together they rode off on a motorbike. Singh drove, Tanan holding tight. We must hurry, or we'll miss the airport. Singh teased. Hold on tight. Yuvi secretly took leave to surprise Shesu. If you're cold, put your hands in my pocket. You should have brought a car. Your face is red from the winter wind. Tanan laughed. I wanted something different. Riding with you is fun. I still remember the first time you took me on your bike. The speed, the wind. It was the first time I felt free. Singh smiled. If not for the inauguration, I'd take you far away. But just a few more days, and we'll be free to go wherever we want. He paused. Tanan, why didn't Gianne participate in the election? A man who once craved power suddenly gave it up. Tanan explained. He and Aunt Lisa returned to State B. He works at the grassroots level now. That land carries Dolan's legacy. Perhaps Jane needs time to heal from the past. Scene change. Gianne returned home. I'm back, Mother. He gazed out the window, silent. Tanan narrated, For now, Gianne has no wish to contest elections. He needs time to recover from his memories. After all, he fulfilled Hinn's final wish. A flashback showed Gianne covering Hinn's face in his last moments. Scene change. Yuvi walked through a lobby. News reported, The presidential election is tied. Tomorrow, the winner will be announced. Yuvi approached Shesu's room. Is the lady available? The news anchor repeated, The candidates are the governor from State F and Congressman Shesu. Shesu was startled when Yuvi appeared. Yuvi? How are you here? You should have told me. I'd have sent someone to pick you up. Yuvi blushed. No need. Tanan and Singh brought me here. They said you were busy, so they didn't want to disturb you. Previously, Gianne found peace with his father's truth, Hinn met his fate, and democracy was born in Kailis. Now, the story reaches its heartfelt finale. Scene change. Boss Moong and Li Shang sat together by the river fishing. Li Shang teased, Tomorrow the election results will be announced. Shouldn't you be with your daughter instead of fishing with me? Boss smiled. I tried, but she pushed me away, saying I was disturbing her. I've already supported her campaign financially, and I trust her ability. She will win. I don't need to worry. He turned to Li Shang. Tanan cleared your name years ago. You're no traitor. Why not return as a general instead of living this quiet rural life? Li Shang shook his head. After half a lifetime of running, I'm tired. Biesel may be hot-headed, but he performs well in duty. I trust him with our comrades. I want peace now. As they spoke, Li Shang caught a large fish. Boss helped him pull it in. They laughed, remembering the old days when they fished together as young men. A photograph showed the 4 of them, friends who had once been strangers, now bound like family. Life is like a dream, the narrator reflected. Friends become family, but finding a true friend is rare. Scene change. Tanan and Singh were together in a warm room, the heater glowing. Singh asked softly, "Are you still cold?" But Tanan didn't answer. Singh turned, worried. "Tanan, why are you crying?" Tanan held a letter. "I just read Mother's words. She has finished her month-long voyage and is heading to the snow mountains. When she first told me she wanted to travel alone, I worried. She is aging. Could she care for herself? But now I see this is the life she always wanted. Before she was queen, she was just a girl who dreamed of seeing the world. Her letters remind me I delayed her freedom. She waited too long because of me." The queen's letter read, "Tanan, you may think you gave me this life too late, but you were just a child. I regret placing so many burdens on you, yet fate played its part. Your father's love carried me through. Now I live my happiest days. I want my son to be happy too." Tanan wiped his tears. "I'm glad she is no longer just a queen, but a free woman." Singh lifted him in his arms. "And what about you? Am I keeping you happy?" Tanan smiled. "Yes, Li Singh. Because of you, every dream of mine has come true." Scene change. Later, Tanan lay on the bed watching snow fall outside. "It's snowing," he whispered. Singh smiled. "I see something even more beautiful." Tanan blushed. "How long will you just look? Don't you want to do something?" Singh laughed, removing his shirt. "I want to melt this snow in my arms." They embraced, the warmth of the room blending with the beating of their hearts. Singh whispered, "I love you, Tanan. My heart has always told me you are my first love.